I'm Ellen.
And I'm Luke. Welcome to the show of the weekend.
Oh, Luke, what's the matter? You look so emotionally drained.
There I was. Hyrule, early evening, enjoying a casual paraglide, as is my wont. I look casually to the north, and what do I see? A mountain, aglow with blue light. I know what this means. I've read about it. I've seen it online. Breath of the Wild's legendary Lord of the Mountain. For people like me, Ellen, for people like you, purveyors of extremely exotic non-horse mounts in games, this is the ultimate accomplishment. I'm going in with my eyes open. I know that taming this legendary beast won't be easy. Oh my god, no. Quick as a flash, I find myself a cooking pot, and I whip up a bag full of energising mushroom skewers. Treats that, when stuffed into Link's waiting gob, will give me the burst of stamina I need to tame the Lord of the Mountain. Food prepared, I pick up the phone and answer the call of destiny. The first thing you notice up there is the mist. A pervading green cloud that cloaks the top of Hyrule's Satori Mountain. It's freezing cold and Link is taking damage from the plummeting temperature, but my burning desire to bag that legendary mount keeps me more than toasty. I climb high to get a superior vantage point, and then, hoving into view, like a beautiful sailing ship, there it is, the Lord of the Mountain. Words cannot describe its beauty, but if pushed I would choose blue, nice looking, good. Gulping down a stealth potion, I silently approach, gliding closer, the Lord unaware that I'm even there. I pause to take a selfie with it, of course I do. Then loads more selfies, really loads and loads of selfies. I pad noiseless through the Lord's territory, gaining on his luminous hindquarters. Finally, in a breathless instant, the button prompt is there and I begin the taming process. I'm on! But no sooner am I taming the Lord of the Mountain than disaster strikes. The Scourge of Hyrule, Ellen, the Night Terror, the Blood Moon, which resurrects old enemies but more disruptively chucks in a cutscene at any random time in the game. The cutscene's over now, but all my planning was for nothing. I've been hopelessly thrown off my groove. The Lord of the Mountain dethrones me and vanishes into the night. I reload the save, but it's no good. The Lord of the Mountain is gone, but the Blood Moon remains, watching me, mocking me, taunting me in my failure. Welcome to Show of the Weekend.
It's okay, buddy.
It's not though, is it?
Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend.
So, Luke, I think it's fair to say you've been playing Breath of the Wild again.
Breath of the Wild, everything is actually amazing, because Breath of the Wild has made my life true and have meaning. No, I've been playing Breath of the Wild. Actually, I've completed its main storyline. Although there's still loads to do in the game, so there's loads of shrine quests and things to unlock. There's that Lord of the Mountain who evaded me, of course. So there's still loads to do. But as for the main storyline, I have finished it.
Can Ellen have it now?
Yeah.
Well, as I say, many more shrines and still so much to explore. So what if it were up to me? Absolutely yes, but unfortunately, so many shrines is the thing. And, you know, I still think it's important for the channel that all those shrines are done, cleared up ASAP. So yeah, I've completed it. And we know already, canonically, that I love it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't need to kind of go over that. But it was so brilliant that I feel I need to try and express how much I loved it. It just set my emotional development back.
Your inner child came to the surface.
Yeah, like tore out my chest like an alien chest, like a xenomorph. Tiny Luke xenomorphing out.
Mentally Quarto from Total Recall.
Breath of the Wild's fun, isn't it?
Play more of it.
Play more of it.
Stop doing chores
There
and
are-
paying your adult bills.
The reason it could do that was because the game is so good. I mean, as a pure sort of creative and I guess artistic endeavor, like it's basically unassailable. For Nintendo, it's just this gigantic show of strength. It's like the game equivalent of when the Death Star blows up Alderaan, and you're like, oh.
Nintendo going, there you go.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what it's like, because like
mic drop.
You know, like Nintendo is not a company that is at like you would say like the bleeding edge of modern video games.
No, they set a lot of trends back in the day, but then everyone else kind of overtook them a little bit and did different things.
Exactly, and if Nintendo has had a reputation, it was for, you know, iterating these games in a very similar way. Every Zelda game is good, every Mario game is good, and that's an incredible achievement, really. Apart from like Mario is missing and things like that. There's things, you know, Mario Sunshine is excellent, actually, Andy. No, it is. No, it's great. It's great. There's water physics. It's so beautiful. It's great. No, it's amazing. It's brilliant, and you can hover, and it changes the paradigm of platforming, and it's amazing. And we owe it so much, and it's totally tropical. It's like having a can of Lilt go off in your face.
Yeah, that's a bad thing.
No, it's a good thing. To conclude, there hasn't been a bad Mario game, and there hasn't been a bad Zelda game, which is, you know, a record to be proud of. But they're not very different to each other at their core. They haven't broken the mold. And so Breath of the Wild really is, as you say, just a sort of Nintendo mic drop of the most enormous proportion. Like, probably won't play a game that I like that much for 10 years. Like, probably, you know, I'm not sort of trying to be like melodramatic or anything, but just.
It's one of those games that you want to go, oh, I wish I could forget it so I could play it all over again.
Yes. No. Yeah.
Like,
honestly.
I'm like that with Batman Arkham Asylum. Like, I think that's one of my favourite games of all time, and I wish I could just like forget it.
Yeah.
And
You
then
just
come at it fresh.
The freedom, the sort of humour, the colour, the way that it looks and the way it feels. I felt like I really cared about Hyrule. Zelda lore, as in L-O-R-E, is quite interesting because it's the same story over and over again, in the sense that there is always like a Ganon, and there is always a Zelda, and there is always a Link, and they have the same roles to play. And without giving anything away, as you sort of go through the story and learn more, the game is a little bit more meta and a little bit more self-aware than you might think. Because you sort of get the sense that Link and Zelda and Ganon, they know that this is sort of repeating as well, and you get a little glimpse of what happens when things don't repeat as they're supposed to. There's a lot of references, a lot of sort of coy and not so coy references to other Zelda games. The music is just really, really brilliant. It's quite sort of minimalist mostly, because it's meant to sort of fit into this big open world.
Yeah.
So they're sort of bits of, it's not like classic Zelda music where you kind of enter an area and it's like blip 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 blip. I mean, that's not one of them.
I've been playing the same Zelda games.
But you know, like you go in, you sort of, and as soon as you enter, it's like you know, it's not like that. But those motifs, those sort of bits of music from throughout the series, they are kind of worked into other bits. Hanging out in one of the towns and recognizing that, oh, there's this bit in here that is from the Wind Waker. It's like the Dragon Roost music, I think it is. And then you'll be hanging out at a stable, and there's a guy there playing an accordion, and he's like adding a melody over the stable one that fits, but he's playing the Epona's song. And you're like, oh, this all jigsaws together really intelligently. For me, it's already kind of changed my perception of the Switch, because it's like, if no one buys a Switch ever, and like hardly anyone plays Breath of the Wild, and the Switch is a total failure, like it already feels like it could at least be like an honourable one. You know, like more like the Dreamcast and less like the Wii U. Does that make sense?
So it was more that the marketing was bad rather than the actual.
Yeah, you know, just like all those other forces, you know, like pricing and stuff. But if you actually look at what they've done with that game creatively, I'm just completely in awe.
Yeah, you okay, bud. You okay, bud.
Anyway, what have you been doing?
I've been playing Mass Effect Andromeda.
I can tell by your t-shirt.
I'm wearing the t-shirt. I am a Pathfinder, which means that I spent 30 minutes in the character creator making the character kind of look as much like me as possible.
Will we be able to see it now? Will people be seeing your...
Yes, and you'll see that it's like a much better rendered version than the real thing.
I wouldn't call you poorly rendered.
I don't know, you've not seen me first thing. Oh god. No.
Just like a sort of 2D polygonal isometric mess.
Yeah, like
I woke up like this.
You know how that thing where people get trapped indoors? That happens to me every morning, and then I go up the door, and it's really weird.
Talk to Ellen first thing, she'll just wander off and start doing this against a wall.
She'll just get into the T-pose.
And collide. Cool thing that I didn't realise is that when you change your character, it changes how your dad looks. You've seen all like the kind of gruff, beardy looking guy.
Yeah, voiced by Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob.
Yes! My guy, because I gave my character like ridiculously green eyes, like overly green, he's got like the most amazing eyes. He's clean shaven, so for some reason, because I gave myself green eyes and a round face, he doesn't have a beard and has these amazing eyes. I'm enjoying it. Now, it's because it's got quite mixed reviews.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
And Mass Effect 2, it's one of my favourite games. I've only played
Masterpiece.
2. When 3 came out, everyone was like, ah, and I was like, I'm gonna just wait and see what people think.
Now you've waited too long and Mass Effect Andromeda's come out.
Yeah, and then Mass Effect Mass Effect 3 is on my pile of shame.
Carpe diem, people.
Yes.
Don't be like Ellen.
But when I was playing Mass Effect 2, I never really knew what was coming up next. At the start of Mass Effect Andromeda, I arrive in Andromeda. There's all these planets that we've not been able to make habitable, and I'm like, I'm guessing that my game is going to be me going to each of these places, making them hospitable for our life forms.
Terraforming stuff.
Terraforming. It's all to do with like making the atmosphere okay. So you go around playing with alien technology, suddenly makes the atmosphere better.
It's just like a, what do you call it? The thing that adds moisture into the room. Like a
humidifier.
Humidifier, yeah.
Yeah.
Just plonking
like a giant planetary humidifier.
Yeah, go down, pop a humidifier down.
Yeah, get rid of the irradiation like with that. Other ships that have disappeared, like, and they're all called arcs, because it's like Noah's Ark. Like, they'll all appear gradually.
With all the animals.
That's no way to talk about non-human races in Mass Effect, actually, Luke. Oh my god. The Solarians will not be happy. Don't even get me started on the Krogans. They will be super annoyed at you. Like, they gave up after a year. They were like, oh, no one came for a year. They're like, they've been asleep for over 600 years.
Right.
I think you can wait an extra year, like,
yeah, just
being awake.
What I'd do is, I'd put a post-it note on the outside of the spaceship saying...
One post-it note.
Well, fine, 2, or a big one or something, saying, like, you weren't here, we've gone to cryosleep, wake us up if you get here, otherwise we'll wake up in 1,000 years.
Keys under the mat.
Keys under the mat.
It just kind of seemed like, oh, I know what the game's going to be.
Okay.
And I don't know whether that is true. It might change.
That could be as a result of the game just having a slightly different structure.
It's a
Mass
different
Effect,
structure, completely different structure.
2 and 2 was very...
A water park is the end goal. Once you've got a water park in the world, then it's like, right, they're hiding behind an asteroid waiting for that water park.
In their swimming trunks.
No.
Well, we're not coming out.
That doesn't put me off. I'm like, that still sounds like a good game.
Sure.
But I can understand why, like, people who liked Mass Effect will be a bit like, I don't know.
How about, I've seen a lot of people saying that there's a lot of bugs. I'm only like an hour into the game. I haven't seen any like game-breaking bugs, but like, you know, like the animations are they're not as good as some other games. Have you found that?
Yeah, I think part of that though is because there is a lot of customization. The base animations that they go off of can be extremely affected by how much you change a character. It's nothing that has made me go, oh my god, they don't look like they're real. I mean, I had no problem with it in Mass Effect 2. It wasn't like exactly perfect.
Yeah.
I don't see it as like a massive deal as long as like the lines are delivered well enough. It would be nice if this was a little bit cleaner, but
Sarah.
Game development is difficult.
It is difficult.
It's very difficult. A couple of things that I was out on a mission and my 2 kind of characters with me, one was standing inside the other, so Cora's face was popping out of Liam's chest at one point.
Now, I know that they're pretty progressive in space, but has science gone too far?
While you're on my colonized spaceship, the laws of physics.
You'll keep your head out of their stomach.
I've got slightly stuck at this one bit. I kept dying and then it would reload like an autosave. Basically there was a bit where it was the first like example of you being able to mine something on a planet, and I was like, oh great, I'm gonna get some iron and stuff. I went and fought this like robot and then died, and it would reload me, so it would re-say, hey, just so you know, you can mine around here, there are some elements. But every time I tried to launch a mining probe, it would just be like, oh, there's nothing here. So I had to just go back to my previous save, which was only like 5 minutes beforehand. Nothing game breaking. I mean, I would have been a bit annoyed if I hadn't like saved only 5 minutes before.
But you save all the time, don't you, Ellen?
I save all the time. Hopefully patches will come out to iron out those kinks.
Putting all the sweet, sweet drama aside, you're sort of you're enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's good. It'll take a lot to live up to Mass Effect 2, which is one of my favourite games of all time.
And 3 is also spectacular.
3 is also, yeah. I like Ryder. I think she's great. I'm interested to meet more of the characters. I find that my favourite characters straight away are always the non-human characters. They're always the most interesting. I'm enjoying it at the moment. Will say though, it didn't hook me as much as Nier did.
Oh, okay.
So it needs to, you know,
needs to pick it up
a little bit more.
Because this is a 2-horse race.
Yeah, exactly.
In Ellen's attention.
Yeah, I don't have Zelda, so it's a 2-horse race. I'm really enjoying driving around in the Nomad though. That's something that I really like.
Just hooning around.
Yeah.
Hey, new alien cultures, check out that rad donut.
Well, I made the mistake of like, I'm not gonna get out of this and I'm gonna just run everyone over for everything. I just ended up having a Nomad that was on fire.
Well, Ellen, thank you for telling us all about Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
But I feel like I haven't learned everything. I feel like I haven't got to the very heart of the game, but we're going to do that now in the Mass Effect Andromeda quiz that I've made.
Yay.
We dream of exploring the unknown, discovering what lies beyond.
The entire initiative is at risk. None of the Golden Worlds panned out. They're a bust. We need to find more resources, but that takes people, and we can't wake them up. Now more than ever, we need a Pathfinder.
Deadly combat, warring factions, and the ever-present threat of dying in a vacuum. But enough about the outside Xbox Christmas party.
I just got an image of like Andy being attacked by a Dyson.
I'm trying to forget.
Trying to forget the Dyson attack. And the Roomba was never the same either. Mass Effect Andromeda came out this week, dropping you into the role of Pathfinder, an individual tasked with exploring so-called golden worlds or planets, possible far-off space rocks for humanity to colonize. Jane recently underwent several days of rigorous physical exercises to find out if she had what it takes to be a Pathfinder, but I have distilled that process into just a few simple questions. First, Ellen. Mass Effect Andromeda determines your character's personality along the following lines. So, I want gut reaction responses. Are you heart or head?
Head.
Professional or casual?
Professional. With a bit of cash.
Yeah, with quite a massive amount of cash. Well done, Ellen.
Good.
For answering a question. Number 2, that sounded sarcastic, but it wasn't meant to be. It's just my voice. Ellen, you arrive on the day of departure for the Andromeda Galaxy, about to leave your life behind forever. I'm painting a picture with words. This is the world building happening around you.
Amazing.
It's like a sort of swirling holodeck of your imagination and my hands. As you step onto the space gangway, I'll stop doing that, a space guard stands in front of you and tells you that your suitcase is too full of CDs and chocolate, and that you can only take 1 CD and 1 chocolate bar. What album and what chocolate do you choose?
Desert Island Discs with chocolate.
Yeah, kids ask your parents about compact discs.
Oh, gosh.
Let's do chocolate first.
Chocolate. Galaxy of some kind.
Is that because you're going to space or because you prefer the chocolate?
No, it's because I prefer the chocolate, but that is good. Galaxy, I'm going to space, that works nicely.
How long do you think this bar's going to last?
You can make a chocolate bar last a real long time if you know the secret techniques.
When I got Easter eggs, could make them last like 2 to 3 months.
Until next Easter. And
Galaxy,
the CD?
And the CD, it would probably... Oh, this is a tough choice.
It is a tough choice. People watching at home will know that you've been put on the spot here.
Uh-huh.
Take a CD of essential survival techniques.
Yeah.
What if you get there and it's not hostile and it's just a beautiful golden world and everyone else is chilling out on the beach with their iPods and you're just listening to like build a fire using your own leg hair or something?
Put some beatboxing under that.
Actually, Panic at the Disco, Fever You Can't Sweat Out.
Cool. Right.
It's because one of my favourite, when I went to see them live when that album came out, and it was one of the best nights of my life, so probably that.
Would remind you of home.
Yeah, it reminded me of Brixton Academy.
Home.
Home.
Unfortunately, the chocolate bar melted onto the
No!
Ellen, the day has come to travel down to the first golden planet. On the dropship as you land, the commander of your unit bangs his head on a pipe and is knocked unconscious. The door.
Just go,
Donk. Yeah.
I'm sick of this.
Donk. The doors open, the gangway descends. You are unexpectedly the first human to step foot on a planet in the Andromeda galaxy. Historic words are expected. You open your mouth and say...
Oh, it's a bit warm, innit?
Andromeda.
Yeah! I would probably do a rendition of Pinot Noir in honour of the fact that when I first heard about this game, I kept calling it in my head Mass Effect Andromedon.
Andromeda, because of Titus Andromeda. I like that answer better. I'll have to take your first one and get engraved on a statue. Bit warm here, or whatever it is you said. There'll be like a statue of you, like this. Yes, we've lost communication with Ellen. We've lost her now.
Space crazy.
She's gone space. She has Steve Buscemi space madness, like in Armageddon.
How do you do, fellow kids? I'm just gonna say memes.
Last question. As you venture further onto the Golden Planet, you come across what appears to be an ancient alien structure. Exploring deeper, at the centre of the vast temple-like building, you make first contact with your alien species. Your squad looks to you for a decision of what to do. You can ask me for more information.
Like, stop!
I repeat, you can ask me for more information.
More information, please.
Okay, the alien looks like a 4-foot crab with big googly eyes, and it has wings like a parrot. It flaps a few feet into the air when it sees you, then falls to the floor with a crash. It repeats this over and over, all the while blowing bubbles out of 2 tubes on its back. What do you do now?
Throw a Pokeball at it?
Brave insult.
in their alien culture.
Started an intergalactic war.
How do you communicate?
So you're going for throw Pokeball at it? That's your...
No!
Okay, all right.
No, it's more,
So what do you do?
That was a joke, please.
Well, that was and now for the real answer.
I don't know, how would you communicate with it?
Well, that's... Well, quite...
Start singing I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles.
Cool.
Just do something kind of nice and light-hearted.
The creature emits an ear-piercing scream. One of your teammates' heads explodes. What do you do now?
Steamed crab is on the menu. You try and deal with it. I go run into the Nomad and come back and run it over.
You run the crab over. The creature is unharmed, but halves in size. What do you do now?
You have a very active imagination. Try and put it in a box. Trap it in a box.
The creature is placed in a box. Another creature appears from around the corner. It looks a bit like the crab alien, but like lots of them stuck together, and it's wearing a velvet robe. Sorry about my brother, it says. I welcome an era of free trade and cultural exchange between our societies. You have completed the Pathfinder test successfully, Ellen. You won first contact, well done.
By running it over and then putting it in a box.
You followed your heart, you trusted your gut, and it's paid off.
What about the dead guy?
What dead guy?
The guy's head
My friend's head exploded.
What about him?
If she'd been quicker and resolved it sooner, he wouldn't have died.
You don't know that. For all we know, the head explosion is how they say hello, like a handshake, and that's the only reason the other alien was
They're
friendly.
too dangerous to keep around. They have to all be eliminated.
Note to self, don't become too dangerous to keep around.
Well, that should be a given.
Yeah, that's true, actually. That's just polite, isn't it? Well done, Ellen.
Thanks.
You did it. How do you feel? Exhausted, probably, but yeah, enriched, yeah? Would you say
Emotionally
that?
drained. I just want to go play Mass Effect Andromeda now, like the actual game without the scary crab things.
And yet enriched. Say it.
Enriched.
She's enriched! The test was a success.
Look how enriched. Like good quality white.
Do you feel like we've learned more about Mass Effect Andromeda, Ellen? Yes, you can just nod quietly. Would you say that it was a good quiz? Yes, she seems to intone. Let's find out what you guys have been saying in the comments.
Last week we looked at games you could win just by getting really, really rich. If you've played a Fable game before, the solution will be obvious to you. Say it together now. Become a landlord! Yeah, sorry, it's not that exciting.
Hasmic noticed we missed an important step in Fable 3's house buying win mode. Please, everyone knows that the true road to wealth in Fable is paved by pie making. How else are you going to get the funds to buy your first property?
Ah yes, pies really are the things to help you get into the upper crusts of society.
Oh, Ellen.
Oh, sorry, Luke, were you not filling that joke? Do you think they were gravily misjudged?
Stop making me hungry for pie! Elsewhere, we went to a really weird birthday party in Resident Evil 7's DLC.
Fine with chicken. Good. It's never enough for you, Jack.
Yeah.
Go on, eat up. Yes, he's very happy.
Pete Bowes had something to say about some of the ingredients. Ah, spice! The one place uncorrupted by capitalism.
Space!
Back here on Earth, we returned to Skyrim with Kippers the Khajiit and tried out some powerful modded spells.
This Whiterun guard's giving me hassle. Avada Kedavra!
Oh my god.
Okay, this spell makes me feel bad. What spells have we got that don't make us feel terrible?
I don't know.
Invisibility. Volder me out. That's good.
Fleetwood Deschain noticed something magical, saying, if they use the instant kill spell on a soul-trapped enemy, would the soul gem become a Horcrux? Yes, but Kippers has hidden his Horcruxes somewhere no one will find them.
Yes, in the... Wait, where do we leave them again?
I think you accidentally mislaid this, dear.
Finally, last week in Show of the Weekend, we looked at Nier Automata and I quizzed Luke on Lego. Question 4. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool.
When you're part of a team.
No, the actual answer is when you're Ellen's friend.
Wow.
Some of you lot decided to have some fun in the comments with Yusuke Serrano saying, I used to be a banker, but boy, I lost interest.
Many of you kept the joke going, including Zombie Squirrel 117, who said, mirror cleaning. That's a job I could see myself doing.
Luke, make a joke so that other people think that we're funny.
I sang a song about 2D shapes on Britain's Got Talent, but the judges said it was too flat.
That's awful, Luke.
But you wrote it in the script. And I'm Luke, welcome to Show of the Weekend.
No, Luke, this is the end of the show.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got confused. Recently, we examined some of the minions in video games so adorable we almost couldn't slaughter them. Almost. Wait, this is last week's script. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, you'll get it, buddy. With practice and hard work, you can achieve anything. Just ask Andy.
Nearly. Yes. Yes. Yes.
D, work hard, achieve your dreams.
Ellen, what's with all this bling? You have been handling our channel finances responsibly, haven't you?
That was good.
Ellen, do you have anything that you want to say to the people at home?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Really appreciate you watching Show of the
Weekend. Thank you guys for watching. It is much appreciated. If you enjoyed this, we have many more videos to watch.
Yes,
right?
yes, we have lots of videos that you can watch. So many videos.
Almost too many, arguably. We should delete some.
No.
That's what we should do. I'm going to go do it right after we finish it. I'm going to delete them all. Start afresh. And guys, if you happen to be in London on the 1st of April, then we will be at EGX Rezzed, which is a cool indie game show. This is the last time we will be saying that on Show of the Weekend because next Saturday is actually that date, the 1st of April.
We will be there. We will magic.
We will be there. It's like we'll have travelled forward in time at a rate of 1 day per day to get to Rezzed. Yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. Woo! Ellen, you can put the sunglasses back on now, I think.
Yeah, they're going to fold out. It's really cool.